Welcome everybody to this virtual press briefing. Thank you for your attendance on such short notice. I am Brandy Ryder, the town manager for the town of Eagle. And we've had several media inquiries over the last 48 hours and inquiries from the public. And the town would like to address those inquiries. And we have Mayor Scott Turnipseed here to do that for us this evening. Scott's been our mayor for about a year now, and he'll address any inquiries or anything like that the public has. And we will take questions after he's finished by raising your hand in the Zoom box underneath participants. And so I'll go ahead and turn it over to you, Mayor.
All right, thank you, Brandy. Yes, as Brandy said, I'm Scott Turnipseed, the mayor of Eagle, and wanted to thank all of you for coming in at such short notice. I see 84 people, which is, for a town our size is amazing. It just gives me an indication of how this has affected so many people, not only locally, but regionally, and appreciate everyone coming in. Wanted to start out by thanking the San Juan Sheriff Department and all of the emergency responders down there. These guys have been working just tirelessly in some very extreme conditions. And I want to really, from the whole town of Eagle and Eagle County, thank San Juan County for everything they're doing down there. I know it's very difficult. We really appreciate it. I also wanted to thank Eagle County. As most of you probably know, these three gentlemen, two of them were on town council with us and two of them were Eagle County employees. So we're working together with Eagle County to try to get information out to the public in a good way. And I appreciate everything they're doing to help us as a town to get this information out. I thought I would start by reading a statement that most of you have probably already read, but it was issued as a joint statement from the Eagle County and the town of Eagle earlier today. I thought I'd start with that because that sort of answers a lot of questions and addresses a few things before we go further in this briefing. Eagle County government and the town of Eagle are joining the community in mourning the loss of three friends and leaders. While an official announcement has not yet been made by our partners in San Juan County, the families of Seth Bossung, Andy Jessen, and Andy Palmer are allowing us to share their names so we can openly acknowledge their deaths and grieve together. The families are surrounded by loved ones, and we are asking everyone to respect their wishes as to when and how they wish to communicate with others. Our hearts are heavy with the loss of these three men. Their contributions through their work in local government and local businesses, as well as their personal passions and their impact on their friends and family members they leave behind, have helped shape the community in many ways and will be forever lasting. Every single one of us in both of our organizations has learned by their examples, and we are grateful to be able to call them colleagues. It is important to recognize how this type of loss can affect people differently. There are so many resources that help with the trauma and mental health challenges that may come with grieving. A list of local organizations and providers can be found at www.eaglevalley.bh.org. Get help now, and financial assistance is available through Olivia's funds. So please do not hesitate to access these resources. The strength of our community is rooted in our shared love for this place and the people who live here. Andy, Adam, and Seth exemplified this every day. Please find ways to come together safely and share your stories of them and others. We will do the same. So I know there's quite a few people out there in the waiting room that know me personally. And I saw Matt Solomon, one of our fellow council members, pop in, and he knows that I am a little emotional. I am prone to cry every once in a while, but I wanted to, just let everybody know, this affecting our community obviously greatly. To see 98 people now on such short notice is pretty evident. I happen to know all three of these fine men quite well. And, so this is very, very tough for me to be in the position I am right now, relaying this information to everybody. But I felt very strongly that we needed to do this. And I know there are protocols that need to be followed in terms of official announcements from the authorities. But once it became evident to most people in the public on who the three gentlemen were, I felt it would be best if we reached out to everybody and let them know that the town and the county is very caring, and we want to express our respect and our gratitude towards both the three gentlemen and their families. And I personally in the town are being very respectful of the privacy of the families. I know they're going through a lot right now, and it's very, very tough for everybody. But as my role as the mayor, I see it as trying to bring our community together and to move forward in a way that we always do. There's pros and cons of living in a small town. And certainly, one of them is you get to know your neighbor. And by doing that, we have a history here in Eagle of rolling up our sleeves, helping each other in every way. And I guess I'm asking the community to please help the families that need help, but at the same time right now, be respectful of their privacy. They're going through a lot right now, and I know you all will. And so maybe I'll just give a little history to, Andy, Jessen, and I were on the town council for about 4 years now. And I'm going to deeply, deeply miss him on the council. He was a forward thinker, a great guy, always had good comments. Adam, everyone loved Adam. I spent years trying to convince Adam to come join the council, and he finally did and got elected in April. And he was just a great, great person to have on the council. I did a lot of things personally with Adam in terms of mountain biking and doing new trails in Eagle and know Kaylee, done some things together with them. And then Seth was a fellow architect. I'm an architect by profession, and knew him through our architecture things together, and just a kind person. And so it's very difficult for me, and I'm sorry that I broke down. It's not the greatest thing to do, but I just want everyone to know that there's a very personal connection here. And obviously our entire hearts of everybody in town goes out to their families and their friends and their loved ones. And I want everyone to know that we're here for them. It's a little bit difficult in COVID because we can't just get together and have a service like we normally would. So it makes it even a little bit more difficult. And I think at that, I will stop rambling on. And if you'd like to ask any questions, please raise your hand. I ask that the questions, please do not get too crazy with questions. I'm here only to try to reach out to the community and show the respect and support to the families that they deserve. Either no one knows how to raise their hand or no one. Do you see any hands being raised, Bill?
I do not.
Okay, I'm going to give it a few more minutes.
We have a
Yeah.
Would you like me to bring them on, Scott?
I see Rachel. Is that who you're talking about, Bill?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Hello, Rachel.
There, can you see me okay?
I can see you just fine. Thank you.
First of all, I'm so sorry for what your community is going through. I'm with Fox 31 and Channel 2. I think the question that a lot of people who've heard this story have wondered is, how does the town move forward, and not only grieving the loss of 3 people who were very important to the community, but also 2 council members. What will that process be like, and how will that affect the decision-making process in the town right now? Thank you.
Yeah, well, that's a good question, Rachel. In terms of governance and things, we have policies in place that we will follow as we move forward. And as far as how we get through the grieving, like I said, it's a little different with COVID, and how typically we do it in Eagle. And unfortunately, a lot of us have been through this through other loved ones and friends, and that sort of thing is, we get together and we have a couple of gathering places. Unfortunately, COVID will not let us do that at this point, and we share our memories and our stories. And that's probably one of the big bummers for me about COVID, is not being able to do that. Okay, because through all the sadness, laughter usually comes through, and it helps us move on. But in terms of governance, we have policies in place, and we're fine with that, but that's just not the time to be going there, and we got to get through this first process. But thank you for the question. Do you see anyone else, Bill?
I do not.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll conclude this media briefing, and once again, thank everyone for joining. Sorry that I got a little emotional there, but I did my best. And, please, as I know you all do, please support these families. And I guarantee you the town is going to do everything we can to help out with everything, and appreciate everybody's understanding. So thank you so much.
And thank you, Mayor, for that. And I'll just say, just closing for some housekeeping items. Any media inquiries, just send them to me for those that are on this call. And again, we're still waiting for official news. So we're still waiting on that from San Juan County. So again, appreciate everybody taking the time this evening.